Shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world calls God. Yahushai being the name of his beloved Son, who the world inwardly calls Jesus. It's the brother Yair Radha, the WFI Indiana camp, coming at y'all with a quick exhortation video, quick cold cut. All right, to continue to persevere, continue to grind, continue to endure, continue to follow hard after the Lord, continue to wait patiently on the coming of our King, and never grow weary in doing and putting forth the righteous acts of the Lord, man, no matter what's going on around you. And that's what we got to do in these last days, all right? So we're going to kick it off with the book of Acts, chapter 13. It's just going to be a couple precepts, right? It's the book of Acts, chapter 13 and verse 15. It says, "And after the reading of the law and the prophets, the ruler of the synagogue, the rulers of the synagogue sent unto them, saying, Ye men and brethren, if ye have any word of exhortation for the people, say on." All right, so even back then, during the time of the apostles, even during the time of the Maccabees, even during the time of the prophets, even during it's always been exhortation going on. All right, you read about exhortation all throughout the scriptures. So-called mighty speeches being given. All right, exhortation being given before one passes away. Exhortation being given to continue to endure, all types. All right, even men having to exhort themselves. Women having to exhort themselves in the midst of the fiery furnace, in the midst of trials and tribulations and different things that's going on. And we got to always look after and take after those different things. All right, let's go to the book. Or actually, first, let's go to the book of Revelations. All right, let's get this real quick. It's the book of Revelations, chapter 2 and verse 26. All right, it says, "And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations." Right now, we lack power. We don't have that power yet. You understand? Abaratazah, we are able to receive and get that power to be able to rule over nations. Yeah, we have power in certain aspects to do certain things, but to have that power to be able to rule over nations, that's what every man should be looking forward to. You understand? Even the women should look forward to that. We're not actually having that over the nations, but to have the men to have that power and that dominion over the nations. So one, get them in order. Two, repay them the things that they've done unto us in righteousness. All right. Righteous vengeance. And the Lord is going to get that into his saints. All right. But we got to continue to endure and continue to strive. If you want those different things, right, you can't get it, right, being slack. You can't get it moping all day. Hey, we got to continue to march. We got to continue to stretch, claw, run, sprint, jog, however we can. We got to get to the finish line. And we got to finish strong. All right? You got to finish through the tape, man. They tell you that in track and field. You got to run through the line. And that's what we got to do in the last days. All right? Real quick, now let's go to the book. All right? Let's go to the book of 1 Corinthians. Chapter 9, verse 10. All right, this is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10 and verse 13. I'm going to start at verse, man, this whole chapter is beautiful. I'm going to start at verse 3. I'm going to start at verse 12. It says, "Wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth taketh heed lest he fall." It says, "There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that which ye are. So above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it." And what is that way that we're given to be able to, what's that door that we're able to escape out of? What's that strength that we're able to grab from? What is that? That's a Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You're not going to be able to get over or to overcome the temptations and to get through the temptations through carnal things. All right. You're not going to be able to do that through whatever people gravitate towards in this world, man. Whether that be drugs, weed, cigarettes, cigarillos, tobacco, drinking heavily, being a drunkard, whatever the case. Hey, that's not how you get over the temptation. You got to do what? Hey, it comes back to the words of the Lord, man. Putting your trust in the Most High God, praying to the Most High God, and asking Him for these different things, like you read about in the book of John, chapter 16. All right. When you ask the Most High God in the name of His Son, hey, He'll give it to you, paraphrasing. When you have faith in the Most High God, guess what? He'll give it to you when you ask, nothing wavering, like you read about in the book of James, chapter 1. These are the things that we got to do, man. All right. Another one, right? Let's go to the book of Psalms. All right, let's go to Psalms chapter 30. Actually, real quick before we get that, let's go to the book of Galatians. Real quick. All right, let's go to the Galatians. This is the book of Galatians, chapter 6, and verse 9. It says, "And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not." Right? That's the classic, man. We can't get weary, like I just spoke about earlier, in well-doing. You want to be able to continue to always strive to have that hunger to please the Lord. Always strive to have that desire to do things that's pleasing in the sight of the Lord, right? You never want to get to the point to where you kind of doing it reluctantly, or you looking at it as if, all right, let me throw this prayer up. All right, let me enter into this fast. So, all right, let me go out here to that. No, you want to always have that desire and righteousness to be able to want to please the Lord. You got to be a fiend for pleasing the Lord, man. You got to be a fiend when it comes to doing righteous works. All right, and you want to delight in those different things. All right, you want to be happy and joyous in doing those different things. It's like giving up a righteous sacrifice. When you do these things reluctantly or with your head down, or you don't want to do it, or it's half-assed and so on and so forth, you think the Lord is respecting that? You think the Lord is even accepting that? Nah, that would be considered a wicked sacrifice. All right, so even on the spiritual level, you want to make sure that these things, when you doing them pertaining to the righteous works of the Lord and pleasing the Lord, you want to do them and delight in them and want to do them and want to continue to push forward in them. All right, never get weary in well doing, man. All right, it even told you, hey, in due season we shall reap, man. Meaning what? What are those things you're gonna reap? Hey, you're gonna reap the things that the Lord promised to us from the foundations of the world, man. From the foundation, things that even and people think Abraham, you understand, didn't get these different things told to him pertaining to having slaves and different things like that, and the other nations being under subjection. Real quick, we're gonna get this precept. We're gonna get a couple more. All right, let's go to the book of Genesis, chapter 24. Or actually 22. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 22, right? In verse 17, it says that in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seed as the stars of heaven, and as the sand which is upon the seashore. And thy seed shall possess the gate of his enemies. So these things was even told to Abraham, man. This thing didn't just come about during the time of the prophets, where you read about slavery and having the other nations of subjection, so on and so forth. Hey, the Lord told Abraham that his seed will possess the gate of his enemies. You understand? Let's go to the book of Psalms. All right, let's go to the book of Psalms. I want chapter 63. In verse 8. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 63, and verse 8. It says, my soul followeth hard after thee. Thy right hand upholdeth me. Right? So we got to follow hard. We got to be like David and have our soul follow hard after the Lord. David's heart followed hard after the Lord, man. His actions showed it. His spirit showed it, how he was sincere. You understand? And when he did the righteous works of the Lord, that he did it in the delight. He wanted to please the Lord. He wanted to do the things that would make the Lord happy. And that's how we got to be in the last days, man. All right, let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 37 and verse 9. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 37 and verse 9. It says, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. You see that? So, hey, the evildoers, don't worry about that. Don't worry about those things that's going on around you where it seems like the people prospering or whatever the case, whatever it may be, man. The things that you used to do in the world and now you miss it. No, don't miss it. Detach your mind from it and understand that they're going to be cut down. But understand, if you continue to endure, if you continue to press forward, if you continue to grind towards that finish line and follow hard after Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, guess what? You're going to inherit the earth, man. You're going to inherit riches. All right? You'll make a name for your family, man. A name that's better than any amount of fame that you could get in this present life, in this present world. But to have your name famous, you understand, in the kingdom, man. For doing what? For doing the righteous acts of the Lord. All right? And continue to endure all the way into the end. And pressing toward the mark. Let's get that real quick in the book of Philippians. All right? It's the book of Philippians, chapter 3 and verse 14. It says, I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of God and Hamashiach Yahushua. He said for the prize, man. Remember that. Remember this, man. Though you didn't bring yourself into this truth. Obviously, this was set up from the foundations of the world. The Lord brought you into this truth. It wasn't because of what we did before when we was in the world. None of that. The Lord put you in this truth. The Lord picked you for this race and told you that it's a prize at the end if you endure into the end. You didn't put yourself in this race. You didn't figure all this out on your own. Your spirit got stirred up by Yahweh Hashem Yahushua in order to even enter into the race. And now that we've entered into this race, guess what? We all racing for the prize that's at the end, man. Don't get handpicked to be in this race. And then while you in the race, you say you walk out the race. You like, I don't want to do no more. You walk off to the sideline, man. Or you in the race and you running it half-assed and you start running backwards, man. Or you stop in the middle of the race and just crisscross applesauce on the track. Because you can't handle it. No, we got to continue to endure, man. We got to continue to press forward. We got to continue to search out these different things in righteousness, all right, pertaining to the kingdom. Search out ways that pleasing the Lord. Search out ways to be better each and every single day. Search out ways to better armor yourself for the things that's to come to you that's trying to knock you off your pivot. All right, strategize. Be innovative. Okay? Find that drive that'll propel you, that virtue that's going to just come in and it'll set you on fire through the Spirit, Lord willing, man. Abaratazah, everybody, you understand, get put on fire in the last days in the Spirit to go harder in this truth, man. To do what they ought to do what the Lord has called them to do. Whether that be a righteous daughter of Zion, a mighty king, a mighty king in your household, setting your household in order. A woman, and you getting yourself together, you got your hair wrap on, you praying for the nation, you giving on whatever it is. Whatever the Lord have in store for you, hey, with all your might, you want to make sure that you striving towards that. And ultimately, that's you striving towards the kingdom of heaven, man. Doing these things that's pleasing in the sight of the Lord and never getting weary of those different things for the prize that's to come, for the reward that's to come, you understand, at the end. Abaratazah. All right, let's get one more. All right. Go to the book of Psalms, chapter 130. All right, it's the book of Psalms, chapter 130, and verse 5. It says, I wait for the Lord, my soul doeth wait, and in his word do I hope. We got to make sure we hoping in the word of the Lord, man. That we trusting in the word of the Lord, hoping in it, trusting in it, making sure that we believe it wholeheartedly and that we standing 10 toes on it. Because you can say you do, but your actions is going to show if you do or not, man. All right, you can say you got faith in the Lord, but your actions are going to show whether you got faith or not. All right. Reading on, it says, my soul waiteth for the Lord more than they that watch for the morning. I say more than they that watch for the morning. And that's how you got to be, man. You got to wait for the Lord, man, more than those that wait for football season to come, or that's waiting for the to watch the Super Bowl or the Olympics, or that's waiting for that paycheck because they know that they damn house depend on it. You got to wait for the Lord longer than or more than that, man, more than they. And when you waiting patiently for the Lord, man, hey, your desire is going to be that much stronger, because that's what you hoping in. That's what you holding on to. That's what you grasping to. That's what you holding on so tight to, man, that it ain't nothing else left. You're not thinking about nothing else. All right? You're not trying to get comfortable here in this captivity, because you looking at it like, man, how about Shem Yahshua, all I got, man. The kingdom is all I got, man. All right? So continue. You understanding these last days, man, to go harder and endure. Let's get another one. Let's go to the book of Micah, chapter 7. All right. It's the book of Micah, chapter 7, and verse 7. It says, therefore I will look unto the Lord. I will wait for the God of my salvation. My God will hear me. Right? And that's what you got to believe. You got to believe that Most High God is going to hear you, man. And understand that look unto the Lord. There's a lot of people that don't really look unto the Lord. Even though they know the name of the Lord, they know the commandments, they know this, they know that, but they not looking into the Lord, man. All right? In their time of trouble, they don't look to the Lord. In their time of gladness, they don't look to the Lord. You don't only want to look to the Lord, you understand, when it's convenient for you. You only look to the Lord when you're on hard times. But when you're doing good, guess what? You're not giving him the glory, man, for putting you in the state that you in. You think it's just you. You think you did it. Or because your friend put you on game with something. All right? But when you down bad, you're not looking to the Lord. Or vice versa. When you down bad, you look to the Lord, but when you on high, guess what? You're not looking to the Lord. Whatever it may be, vice versa. You got to always look to the Lord like our forefathers did. David always looked to the Lord. Guess what? When he was on high, man, he gave all honor and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahshua, man. All right? When he got the Ark of the Covenant back, he was praising the Lord and giving the Lord thanks so much, man, and giving the glory to the Most High God so much, he danced out his clothes, man, in righteousness. And guess what? When all hell was breaking loose and the families was getting taken away, man, or got taken away, and everybody was cursing him, guess what? He still looked to the Lord, man. You want to have a just balance in this thing when it comes to that. When it comes to everything, but especially when it comes to that, man, you want to always seek the Lord in your good and your bad, right? You don't want to pick and choose when you seek the Lord. All right, so Lord willing, brothers and sisters, was edified with this video. Lord willing, every brother and sister that tuned into this and that watched this, Lord willing, y'all all continue to endure in this thing. Lord willing, y'all all able to continue to press toward the mark, able to continue to grind and persevere, able to continue to follow hard after Yahweh Shem Yahshua, man. And Lord willing, we get the kingdom. All right, so with that, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Kwam Yashala, Shalom.